Hi, this is Susan. I wanted to show you my bread box. Okay, here's the cardboard. You can see the color. Looks like I paid $10. Way too much. Got it at a thrift store. And took me a long time to figure out something to put in it. So let me show that to you. Okay, here we go. Whoops, let me get the camera. Okay, what do you think? I wanted to do something magical back in October. You know, it's the time when people do all the Halloween. Magical? Get it? Magician? Okay. I made this trunk a long time ago, and it was just up in the attic of my dollhouse, and so I thought, well, I'm going to do something with it. And I saw this lady had done just all the magician stuff in one trunk, and kind of inspired me to use my trunk that way. And so I just thought, you know, my bread box, here we go. This is it. Use of my bread box. So, if you see over here, he has the Houdini poster. He must be a fan of Houdini. And his name is Blackstone. You'll see his poster. But he has other people's posters. This is his hat that he wears around town. Here's his birds. He's got birds. Those doves. And his cape. And there's some red roses. He practices. He's got a mirror back in the corner that he practices his illusions. So let's see. When I was wallpaper and choosing the wallpaper, I was trying to choose something that makes your eye go taller. So tell me if I nailed it. Because the diamonds are longer going upward. And then I did a dark floor so that it would stop your eye. And stop your eye at the crown molding. Trying to get something a little masculine with the color. And so let's see. I made this little shelf that's got some roses, a rope, a saw. Oh, one of the birds got out. Look, one of the dove up here roosting up there. Okay, his beautiful, sparkly, shiny cape. Here's his handcuffs, his keys to his... He's got a, you know, the box where they saw you in half. He's got one of those, but it's in storage. He can't have it all in here. And here's his rings, you know, that are all connected. And his sword for swallowing, I guess. Ooh, scary. And this is just some kind of a medallion. Here his poster is. He's Blackstone. He levitates women from the audience. And so he's got pictures of all these, I guess all the people that he admires. And particularly Houdini, because there's like 3 Houdinis in here. Harry Houdini, you know, played by Tony Curtis in that movie. It's really good. I watched it again the other night. Okay, so I made the trunk, and I'll show you the little things in the trunk. But let me show you this other side. Got a fireplace. And I made I was going to make the fireplace, and I still may because this belongs to another group of furniture. But I'm just using it in here now. It's kind of hard because, you know, you've got to have it clear for your door to clear because the door's at an angle. See, the door's like at a, you know, bread box doors are at a slant. See the slant? So you have to consider the slant for everything. So this was the only one that would fit, but it's kind of tall for this. So anyway, I may make it over. And so I'll pull this out and show you the fire I made was something I'd never done before. So that was pretty exciting. Do you see the little bunny right here? That's his top hat. His hat for the show, and it has the 4 queens cards, and it's got the little bunny. He's got his cane. Down in here is the other little bunny. So let's pull these things out and look at them. And let's pull out his tray first off for the trunk. Now, the trunk was a kit, but the tray wasn't included. So I made the tray to go with it. And you'd be surprised, you can make them differently. I mean, this one I put the hole in the middle, like it would be picked up in the middle, because the sides would kind of interfere with other things. Now in here he has his mask for when he goes before the Maharaja. And he has his what he waves over things. Okay, he's got his white gloves. He has a gun that shoots blanks, hopefully. He has a dagger, the 4 aces, and the crystal ball. And then, of course, you have to have the pieces of material, you know, to cover the dove in the cage before it disappears. And then over here I've got the scarves. I didn't have any silk, you know, solid color silk. That's got to be costly. So I just did it out of cotton. They're just kind of glued together. Now, if you're going to do this, you might want to stitch the ends. I didn't think about stitching them until it was over. I tried to stiffen them, try to get them to shape. Okay, so here's his flowers, and I just had these ribbony kind of flowers, but if I get my flower paper and all that stuff out, I'm probably going to replace that. But I had no idea I'd put this on YouTube back in October when I made it. So now I don't like it as much. Oh, the trunk. Well, let me show you the kit. Oh, I didn't turn the light on. Let me turn the light on. I have a little light up here, and I did think about putting lights in here, but it's so low profile that it made me think that, oh, excuse me, it made me think that there wasn't a lot of room and the lights would hang down and there's just not very much height. So I just settled on this one light that it just screws on and off, and it's behind the magnet. So at this point, that's what I'm going with. Again, I didn't know I was going to put it on YouTube. Okay, so this was the trunk, and I made it a little bit different. I moved the black pieces in different places and a little bit more different on the side, and you can do any way you want. Okay, this is made by Cat's Paw, and somebody just recently gave me a Cat's Paw trunk kit, so I'll show that to you. It's a different kit. So this is a round top trunk, and this is a very old, you know, kit, so you might find it on eBay. I made this a long time ago, and I had a little trouble through here. If you do make these, you kind of somehow support that while it's drying, because it kind of started sagging, and I wasn't watching it. So, but it's great for this. It's just right. It's fine. Here's that other. If you saw my unboxing, then you saw this. This is another Cat's Paw. This is called the large Jenny Lind trunk. And I'm going to do this with a bunch of lady things coming out of it, you know, packed all around it and everything. So we'll look for that later. And let me just show this to you. Just kind of get an idea how it's made. This was a lot of fun. I remember back when I made it. It's kind of scary, you know, making something bow top and everything, but it went okay. Now the plastic, you know, is kind of a challenge. You had to, I think I super glued it because it wasn't wanting to lay flat because it's been crumpled up in the packaging for so long. And I didn't put any paper on the inside, and I'm just debating that because I didn't want it to like overpower the things in the trunk. And I don't know. Tell me what you think. A stripe, maybe? I know little Gretchen does all kinds of wonderful trunks and puts. Now here's the key to the trunk. Got it down there. And the lock is, the that's the lock, and this is the key over here. Well, there's keys there too. So anyway, okay, I've got the dove over here. He's got his mirror that he, practices his illusions in. Got the dove over here, all his posters, his street hat. Oh, there's Charlotte. Hope you know about the story about Charlotte. It's in my second video. Tells about the story about Charlotte when I was a girl, had a box turtle. And she had a 2-week adventure. So now I put her in my room boxes so she can adventure in them. So up here I've got some roses and a rope and a saw. Oh, there's another one of the doves. It's perched up there. You see it? And got a medallion. See, he's Blackstone right here. And over here you got a fireplace. And one of the lamps that I made. I showed y'all the lamps. I've got a lamp video if you haven't seen it. Somebody told me they thought I needed help because I made so many lamps. And I thought that was really funny. I think I'm kind of at the end of making lamps. Finally think I've quenched that thirst. So right here is the rabbit hutch. And I made it out of coffee stir sticks up here, popsicle sticks down below. Pretty basic stuff. A little piece of wood. But you see the little, his little queens of, whoops, my big fingers are messing it up. You see the little bunny rabbit hiding down in his hat? And I made that hat out of felt. It's a top hat. Just made out of felt with his cane. And then there's a little bunny rabbit down in the, see it down in? It's eating some lettuce. You gotta have a pair. They'd be lonesome without each other. And he's got some neat things on his table. He's got the candles. He's drinking wine. It looks like he's trying to come up with another illusion, and he's kind of stumped. But it looks like he turned the wine over, too, because all his papers are wine-stained. And here's his watch and his passport and his stack of cards. This is his record-keeping book. And looks like there might be some money sticking out of it. And here's his illusion book. This is the secrets. And he's got it locked up tight. And there's the key. So let's look over here at the fireplace. Now I was saying that I had to paint the coal scuttle because it was like sprayed with enamel paint or something glossy. It was really bright. But I used something in it to make the charcoal. Have you ever seen those charcoal pieces that come in like a pill pack or something? In your pills, they're in a little round thing. Or they might be in water filters. And they're black charcoal. So if you ever come across that, it's just perfect. Perfect for using in your fire and your coal scuttle. And so here's the piece I was working on this evening. That this is super glue. And if somebody knows who did the super glue, I saw somebody making various things on super glue, and they made a fire. And I know somebody made a plastic one, but this was a super glue one. I never imagined, so I thought I'd try it. Now see, I put the coal, like I lined it up around there, and I put it on this piece of paper and went over with a little whitish color paint to make it look like ashes. But this worked out good. That was the first try. The only thing I recommend is after you do the flat surface one, then you have to go back and add some 3D to it by putting it on the back side. And you want to be careful that you don't mess up your front side, adding to the back side. because when you're looking at it from the side, you know, it can't be flat, because I did it on glass the first time just to get the peaks. And as I put it down, sometimes I'd turn it upside down. You know what's the funniest thing? I was painting the wood. Why do we all paint wood? To look like wood. I don't know, but we all do it. So anyway, that's my fire. First try. I think that's pretty amazing. So go and save the little pieces of that charcoal and use it in your fireplace. So here's his little wallet with his money sticking out. That's a little cutie thing that Gretchen taught us. Gretchen's workshop. And I've got a cigar box right here. This is one of my favorite of the lamps. Whoops. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, we've had... See, I can get to it and show it to you. See, it was using a clay bead. Whoops, get my hand out of the way. See that? With the clay bead? It came out neat. So, I think that's about it. That's probably everything. Let him get back to work. We won't disturb him anymore. So, thanks for coming by. Please like, share this with anyone you know likes miniatures, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. As you know, I'm new, and I'm trying to put things on there just so you'll have things to look at as you go to the channel. I know it'll slow down, you know, the projects will slow down, and I'll be able to just work on new projects. I've got my dollhouse that I'm going to load on there, and I guess I'll just do one room at a time because, you know, it's like this. It's like a whole room. So, anyway, thanks for dropping by.